All right, guys, let's go coast to coast, and let's start with Jaylen Brown, who's expected to return tonight against the Bucks after missing the last 5 games with a hamstring strain. It comes just in time as the Celtics lost 4 of those 5 without him. So how big of a return is this for the Celtics, Shanae?
Very surprised that the Celtics are under 500, but they're getting 20 points per game back, so I'd be very excited. And plus, their differential of scoring when he's on the floor is dramatic. So expect hopefully wins to come for them because they sort of need it right now.
Yep, and if he can do this coming back, then the Celtics maybe would join the Sixers and the Lakers and some of those risers that we were just talking about because they haven't had the best season to start, but they haven't been fully healthy. The Mavericks, also not fully healthy, but they beat the Thunder to win their first game of the season without Luka Doncic as their defense held OKC to 84 points, both of his favorite teams. A season low for the Mavs opponent. Luka will also miss tonight's game against Charlotte. Zach, do you still have the Mavs as a sneaky title contender?
No, I'm taking the L on that one. They are, unless the title is most disappointing team in the NBA, in which case they're not sneaky.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, Damian Lillard returned from his 5-game absence from an abdominal injury, but he could not stop the Blazers' slide as Portland lost its season-high 5th straight game against Minnesota. Chene, what do you see from Dame in his return?
I mean, Dame is Dame. He's going to still try to put the team on his back, create, especially scoring. That's his bag. But, at the end of the day, I think the conversations are they valuing him as a team perspective, building around him? And that's what the theme of the year is when it comes to his talent.
Well, you know what else last night gave us? We also got to see the Blazers, the Timberwolves in that game, but it also gave us, or at least me, a good chuckle because I definitely get territorial over my nicknames. When I hear someone else called, oh, hey, Meeks, or hey, Mika, I'm like, excuse me? Who are you talking to? That's my nickname. And Anthony Edwards apparently feels the same way.
I don't know why they call him Ant. How was his name spelled? A-N-F. So I don't get the correlation. No, for sure. I think they should call him a different name. But my name is A-N-T. You get where I'm coming from. And his name is A-N-F. But as far as basketball player, he's really good to me. He make tough shots. He defends. He can play. And so if they want to call him Ant, they call him Ant number 2.
Ant number 2 for Anthony Simons. Okay, well, not a lot of basketball to break down there, but who gets the nickname, Chene? You giving it to them both?
Well, Anthony Edwards makes a great case. I'm going to give it to them both. One of the, a couple years ago, I was talking to Dame, and Dame was like, Anthony Simons is really great. He's special. He's young. Came into the league extremely young, almost a baby, and was able to, make his mark and develops every year. So, it depends on the team, and nicknames are nicknames. It's not like the name. It's like who says the name, right? Mika, Meeks. Right?
Yeah. It depends. It's like you have a different for every friend group who gets to call you what. But I don't know. Do they both?
What's your nickname, Zach?
Can you, first of all, can you make a choice? Can you make a choice?
But coming from you, telling me to make a choice?
Second of all, there's an easy way to settle this. Put them both in the dunk contest.
Done.
And whoever wins the dunk contest or finishes higher gets the nickname. You don't want to see this guy in the dunk contest?
Oh, absolutely.
Anthony Simons already won the dunk contest, so he needs to defend his title.
Good way to
Anthony Edwards is the single scariest dunker in the NBA right now. I mean, people get out of his way because they don't want this to happen to them. They remember what happened to poor Utah Watanabe last year. So that's easy. That's an easy solution.
You didn't answer my question, Zach.
What's the question?
What's your nickname?
I don't really have
Zelo?
Yeah.
Zelo's kind of lame.
Zelo reminds me of Zebo, and then that, we'll work on it. We're going to work on that. And speaking of the Timberwolves, they won yesterday, and it snapped a 5-game losing streak after Friday's loss to the Cavs. Karl-Anthony Towns was despondent when talking about Minnesota's struggles throughout his tenure with the team.
I just got to play better, all of us. I mean, it's pretty simple as that. I've lost for a long time here. I'm not trying to lose anymore. It's pretty odd. It's pretty simple as that. Life don't feel the same. Just tired of saying a bunch of stuff because it never translates to the next game, and it's a very frustrating thing.
All right, Zach. So Cat's in his 7th year with Minnesota. They've been to the playoffs 1 time. Is it time for the Timberwolves to start looking at moving him?
Anytime you're talking like this, you're not in a good mental place. This is a very sad posture. Look. He's got 2 years left after this one on his contract, so in theory, this would be the time to start sniffing around. But look, they're 9th in the West. They're on pace to at least make the play-in tournament. This is as weak as the West has been outside the top 3 in a million years. They should be going the other way and saying, why not? Why can't we be a team as Edwards, Russell, Towns coalesce together, as Jaden McDaniels gets better and better off the bench, why can't we be like a 6th seed that nobody wants to play in the first round?
Zach, what is your issue with that growth? Because we have expectations with that young big three. Like, we're excited about their potential, but what do you think the issues for Minnesota is?
Number one, they're the worst defensive rebounding team in the NBA by a million miles, which is inexcusable. And just defensively, they've been pretty good this year, but that Russell, Edwards, Towns trio, they got to prove it on a big stage. But this is a solid team. They have a lot of weird pieces, a lot of guys who are great defensive players but can't shoot, or good offensive players who can't play defense, so they got to mix and match the right lineups. But I think they should be at the very least in the play-in tournament.
Well, and after Karl-Anthony Towns said what we just heard, they did bounce back. They beat the Blazers. So let's see if they can kind of extend that streak and keep it going.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.